Y'all, there is some shifting energy up in this piece. And that energy says that you ain't nobody's fool. Nobody's. But it's also energy that says that people thought that you were. So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, thank you so much for joining us with Ancestors and Alchemists. I'll be your reader today. So we'll hop on in. You come up as usual as the Queen of Pentacles, right? Like you are in that era where you are investing in the things that invest in you. And that's beautiful energy. But there, it also looks like you were surrounded. And when I say surrounded, honey, I literally mean surrounded. There are so many characters on this board that are just uninterested in seeing you move on. There's folks who have who promise. It looks like a lot of big promises. It looks like them saying, well, I'll do this for you. One person up in here thought that if they put it down enough, that's that King of Wands, honey. If they thought that if they put it down enough, literally, you wasn't going nowhere, which is wild behavior. And they wanted, it looks like they wanted so much access to you. And it looks like without any kind of promises, without any kind of legitimate investments, right? It looks like they wanted access to you, and it almost looks like they wanted access so that they could continue to just pull from your energy. And so what it looks like is that they were hoping that you just wouldn't go anywhere, and they hoped that you wouldn't go anywhere because they, and I'm just going to be honest, I got to tell it the way that I see it, because they thought that you were they thought that you were not strong enough to, or that you didn't think that you were strong enough to do this without them. So many of them. There's so many of thems on here. But spirit, but ancestor, but the divine said, I bet you a lie. You a lie, because most certainly you are coming up with as the High Priestess and the Hierophant. This looks a lot like people thought that they were going to stop even just your bag. Like that Hierophant is your bag. And so even with the Hierophant, it looks like you're going to go into business. And it almost looks like spiritual business. Like there's something about, it doesn't even look like traditional church, right? Like I would say with this Hierophant coming up, I would usually say, okay, well, that looks like something very traditional. That looks like, you know, you doing spiritual work in a church. Maybe you're a social worker. Maybe you're a pastor. Maybe you minister. I don't know, whatever else they do in churches. But it doesn't look like that. Like whatever this is, there is actual money in it. Maybe some kind of spiritual consulting. Golly, it's like right in the back of my mouth, like some kind of spiritual coaching, something like that. It feels bigger than tarot. So you, and of course, honey, you see. So it feels a lot bigger than any kind of tarot or anything. It looks like a sustainable, I'm hearing sustainable future. And so you probably is one that is not going to end. It'll just keep producing and keep producing and keep producing. But the reason why a lot of these folks wanted to keep you in kind of these places of tension, right? It just looks like a lot of stagnant energy. They wanted to keep you in a stagnant place, and they would do it by offering you very little, or offering you something that was not going, it's not worth your time. It's not worth your time, and since your time is money, it ain't worth your money either. because they were offering everything except for what you actually deserved. And so they wanted to keep you in your head. They wanted to keep you in a place where you could not focus. And they didn't think that you were going to be able to leave them. Like this Four of Pentacles in reverse almost looks like she won't, he won't, they won't ever leave. Like they will hold on to me because they think that I am that precious. Because whoever this is, or whoever this represents, comes up as the King of Pentacles, where you come up as the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And so, ain't that odd? And so since we know that that is not what's happening, that you are actually the Queen of Pentacles in the upright, and whoever this is that wanted to keep you in conflict about and with yourself, they wanted to keep you unstable. They wanted to keep your nervous system, that's wild. They wanted to keep your nervous system kind of on the border of like healing and then not. I'm trying to describe what that is. It's kind of like imbalanced, yes. Dysregulated. Thank you, ancestors. Goodness, because I wasn't going to get it. They wanted to keep you dysregulated. But baby, you have something for them. You turned all of the tables and they did not expect it. And you did it without them realizing that that's what you're doing. That's the diabolical part of this. Like, it's almost like you healed while they were watching, but they didn't know that you were healing. Something like that. Like it was something really undercover about it. Like it was something that it was almost like it was something that you kept to yourself, like you healed privately. And so one minute they saw you one way, and then the next minute they saw you like completely transformed. One minute they saw you as a Ten of Swords, right? Somebody who was hurt, somebody who was betrayed, somebody who had just been carrying a lot in their heart, a lot in their mind, and somebody who is wounded. But as you go forward, even though it doesn't look like you're exactly where you want to be, like the beautiful thing about you is that you are not obsessed, but like you are focused on growth and evolution. Like you are not one of these people who's like, oh, I'm healed. It doesn't look like that. It looks like you are just, your ancestors are saying, constantly striving towards being the better version of you, or towards being the better you, is what they said. But if you keep somebody's nervous system dysregulated, they're not able to do that healing work. They're not able to step out of kind of this stagnant energy, kind of this lethargic energy, kind of this, I don't know which way to go, I don't know what to do kind of energy. And it looks like they were hoping to do that, like make you stagnant in your heart, like in your heart space, and not just with your intuition, but actually in your heart space, which is why I was just thinking about this. So you're coming up as the Queen of Wands. What they didn't see coming is the Queen of Wands. Again, the Ten of Swords comes back up because you are releasing all of that negative energy exactly where they wanted you to be poured out, with the Nine of Cups in reverse. Because again, you come up here as the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. They wanted to take everything from you. They wanted to give you something that was very, very imbalanced. It's almost like they wanted to be able to distribute the pentacles that you owned. Oh my God. They wanted to be able to distribute. They wanted to be able to distribute the pentacles that you owned. Because remember, it looks like this. You the queen. They came up like this. That's not how they are, Spirit says. They are this. Wow. Wow. They wanted to be able to distribute the pentacles that you owned because they were counting on you not realizing that they were yours. Because if you realized that they were yours, then you would demand that this is equal give and take. Like you wouldn't take anything less. You would demand all of these things, right? You demand like your own self-respect. You would demand that you had a counterpart and not just, you know, a warm side in your bed. I'm just gonna be frank. They would demand, you would demand that they came and brought as much as you did, that they invested as much as you did, that they loved as much as you did, and that they loved you in a way that you required. If you never saw your worth, then they could do what they wanted. And again, this is not just lovers. It looks like there's friends here. It does look like there's lovers here, right? Like the Knight of Cups looks like a lover. The King of Pentacles looks like a lover. The Page of Cups looks like a lover. The King of Wands looks like a lover. And here, the one King of Wands is a lover. But this one that came out, this King of Wands, that's you. That is you. You have become everything that these folks thought that they were going to take from you. You are embodying it. And it looks like you have love coming. Like an equal love, a real love, a cherishing love. Because you are so, I'm sorry, Hierophant comes out again. Not just love, but it looks like a union. This could be long-term relationship. That could be, yeah, that could be long-term relationship. That could be marriage, if that's something that you want. But that's on the horizon for you. I was wondering, and this is your card fell. This is your payback. This is your karma. This Hierophant. This Two of Cups. This equal give and take. This Lovers. This Nine of Pentacles. That's yours. And so every single thing that all of these people, like it's like one day you showed up and you were just different. They could feel a heaviness in the way that you stepped, a groundedness, a earthiness. And while that might not be something that you may identify in yourself, it's something that they saw. It's something that they saw because they always saw your potential. They always saw that you were one to manifest. They were just hoping that it would stay hidden so that they could continue to feed off of you. The only reason why people would do stuff like this is because they're energy vampires. They do not generate the kind of brightness, the kind of hope, the kind of depth, the kind of abundance that you generate. And so whether they like it or not, they clung to you. Friends, family members, lovers in some cases, I'm hearing, they clung to you because they saw you. Second time Queen of Pentacles came out and in reverse. They saw you. You didn't see yourself all the time, but they saw you. And they wanted what you had. Oh, man. But the divine says, oh, I bet we won't. With who? Not with mine. I bet we won't. And so it looks like you got somebody coming in. Somebody who is going to see you in the way that you see yourself. But it looks like the call is for you to continue to work on your abundance. Whatever, and again, to me, especially when the Hierophant comes out with the Six of Wands, it looks like success, but it doesn't just look like success to me. It doesn't just look like you're going to be in the spotlight, though it does. I don't know, it feels like spiritual practice. It feels like spiritual practice. And before, when I was meditating, I saw, it looked like a feminine or a girl or something with like one of those nose ring chains. So that might be significant for some reason. I also saw like a curly fro. Some This stuff is coming in pretty quickly. Okay, go back to it. So I saw like a curly brown and maybe a curly black fro. I saw something about a little girl and she had like either braids or locks and they were like tossed over to the side and she had like a pink earring. And then I saw something about a mitten with strings connected to them and baby's breath. The flower. And then 000 as an angel number could be significant. And I wondered if what we were looking at was a need for you to go back to past events. It almost kind of looked like inner child tending to inner baby tending to like inner like young one tending to inner teenager tending to, like it just looked like a beautiful process of evolution. And so it could be that, you know, maybe you need some inner child work, and also it could be just that this is an opportunity for reset, because where the Eight of Wands came in reverse earlier, because that's what these weirdos wanted, the Eight of Wands is coming in the upright this time. And that is very, very beautiful energy. Very beautiful. All right. Now let's see. I want to know, I was led to the Romance Angels deck. And so we're going to go ahead and take this out and see what it is that's on the horizon for you. Because this, y'all flipped expectations. And it looks like you did it quickly. And it looks like you did it quietly, almost. Like, and it feels like people are just really, I don't know why they're so curious about you. I mean, of course you're a fascinating person. That is like, do I really need to say that, right? Like, you are brilliant. It looks like you got a good head on your shoulder. Oh, down card. You're brilliant. You're stable. You intuitive. But there was something about these relationships that at one point probably turned you into the Queen of Swords, although you are coming up as a Queen of Pentacles right now. So speaking of this new relationship, Spirit is saying, make sure that you give it a chance. Whoever comes in, whoever is that person that comes, very soon, something you do not see coming. And I think that's because you're doing the work. I think that is because you are being curious about yourself. You're wondering, it's almost like you're wondering, okay, well, how am I made? What exactly is my purpose? And it's almost like you'll do anything that you need to do in order to reach that purpose. That's what it feels like. It feels like you are ambitiously seeking after you. And so whatever that means, if that means that you're going to therapy, if that means that you're doing like human design stuff, if that means that you are taking like your health seriously, right? Like you are monitoring, what is it that I'm putting inside of my temple, and does this fill me? Like, does this make my body feel good, right? Like, if that means exercise, and if that means going painting again, if that means fucking skydiving, honey, that is what you're doing, right? Because what it looks like is that you are completely and absolutely prepared to be the best version of you. And it is exactly that that is bringing in whatever this long-term commitment is, this counterpart. And it doesn't just look like a counterpart, it looks like unity within yourself. And that frequency in itself commands, okay? That frequency commands that you bring in everything that matches that frequency. And so this is really Empress energy, for real, for real. What this is saying is that, hey, I am going into this alignment where I am not just giving, but I am receiving. And it feels like that is exactly your karma. It feels like Spirit is saying, no, you've given enough. In some ways, you've given too much, right? But you've given enough. And now these people ain't gonna pay you back. I'm gonna pay them back. Universe, spirit, divine said, ancestor said, no, we gonna pay them back. But we also gonna pay you back. All that you gave to make sure that those scales balance, we're giving it back. You will be receiving because you've reached a frequency of receiving. And so by doing that, you are calling in this soulmate. And part of this soulmate is your own soul. I'm hearing that you're remembering. You're doing the hard work of remembering, what a lot of people do not do, they're saying. But they're saying that there's a bravery. Oh, there's a bravery in that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Who is this? Because it says reconciliation. Is it somebody old or somebody new? This got new energy on it. This don't feel old. So it must be that whoever this person is that you're coming into contact with, along with yourself, you getting to know yourself, right? So that's somebody from the past, but it's a new version, so that's beautiful. But whoever this person is that's coming in to offer you their cup, you know them. Let me ask, I'm curious, how do you know them? Do you know them? You know that you know them? Because that's interesting. Did I do that right? Okay. Cards was hard to shuffle. That's not always a good sign. Sometimes that means, Heather, none of your business. Yeah, this looks like, it looks like you're returning back to yourself. But it also looks like it is whoever this new person is. Spirit, can you tell us, but can you tell us who this new person is? How do they know them? The Emperor. So this is somebody in leadership. That's how you'll be able to. Okay, first of all, honey. Okay. This will be somebody in leadership. Somebody in leadership. A boss of some sort. I guess it could be your boss. It doesn't feel like that. Maybe an entrepreneur. Somebody with their own business. Yeah, it felt adjacent to boss, to your boss. So somebody with their own business or their own business ventures, it looks like. Somebody that you are fond of. This is not a chaotic energy at all. Like, it's not somebody who was toxic before. It's somebody that you liked. It feels like sexual tension, or a lot of tension, but it was good tension. Like, or chemistry. That's the word I'm looking for. It feels like chemistry. So whoever this was, you experienced chemistry with them. But there's been a time of separation. But it looks like you two have been wondering about each other. You've been curious about each other. Preparing also. This looks like I'm hearing divine intervention. So there's some kind of divine timing in play. But when it comes together, which feels like it'll be, when it comes together, fragrant. I don't know, this is weird. When it comes together, it'll almost be like your favorite fragrance. I hope that means something to you. But it's gonna be beautiful. I'm hearing kids. So if that's something that you were wanting, that's something that you'll get. Maybe you have kids. Maybe this person has kids. Maybe it's a blended. No, I don't know. It feels like your kids. Or I heard your kids. I'm not sure. Sometimes they get a little confused. So it could either be that you both have kids together, or that you have children. One of those. And it'll be somebody who you won't have to worry about them leaving. Like, it looks like it looks like there might be some abandonment issues. It could just be on your side, or it could be on both. But it also looks like you all are or will be doing the inner work, I'm hearing, of healing those kind of abandonment wounds. Because y'all are gonna heal together. Did I turn some cards over and I didn't realize it? It looks like y'all are gonna be healing together. Where'd I turn? Like I said, y'all are gonna be healing together. That is beautiful. All right. And is that all? Is that all, y'all? Is that all? Huh. Something's happening strategically. Let me look into this before we get going. Something's being hidden. That don't feel like him or them. You know, masculine, feminine energy. Emperor could mean either one. There's no gender in tarot. What's the Seven of Swords? What's the Seven of Swords? What's the Seven of Swords? This could be earth signs, so that could be Capricorn, because we have the Devil and the World coming out. Somebody is coming back around. Fuck these niggas. Sorry. Somebody's coming back around. Somebody's coming back around. Great. Fun. That's fantastic. Who is this person that's coming back around? Who's coming back around? Oh, okay. Um, Somebody who's experiencing karma, they're saying. Um, it looks like this King of Pentacles. I don't know who that represents. Most likely, I don't know who that represents for you all. Most likely that was probably a serious commitment. It was somebody who did not see you, somebody who who kind of fought with you in order to keep you in your head. So that almost so that you didn't see them. It's almost like they didn't want to be seen, and it looks like they're coming back so that they can avoid some of this karma. It could be just that they're apologizing, but we do have the Seven of Swords that comes out with them. So they're being strategic. Oh, and the Devil, right? And so they're being strategic about coming back so that they can avoid karma, or so that they can stop it. They're going to come back and they're going to say, no, I changed. No, they probably won't use language around like spiritual awakening unless they know that like that's language that you would use. But, oh, cards down. Unless that's language that you would use. But they are going to come back around and pretend like they have changed. It feels repentant is what this feels like, but it's also empty. They can promise you the world. They are going to promise you the world because they did not want you to leave them, even though all they had for you was like strife. Like, this kind of looks like the reason why you had a spiritual awakening, or like after you broke up you had the spiritual awakening, something like that. But they don't have anything. They're not offering anything, but this new person is. There's no person offering something real good. And I see the Ten of Wands from the old person. They're gonna say sorry. Okay, we get it. Sorry, they're talking. They're gonna say sorry. They probably put you in a third party. It also that could be what the Ten of Swords is about. It actually was betrayal. Yeah, yeah, they're gonna say sorry. They've been watching you. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. We want to focus on who actually is gonna invest. But you have somebody beautiful coming in. You have a really beautiful career wherein it looks like a lot of money. It almost looks like fame. Like it's something that'll start small. It'll start with like exploration, right? But this exploration is not just, oh, I don't know what to do, right? Like how these folks would try to have you trapped in your head. No, this is you actually going out and saying, well, maybe it's this corner of the industry, or maybe it's that corner of the industry, or maybe I could try it like this. Like it's almost, you know how in order to meet the market, or in order to kind of frame a narrative or frame a business, you're having to solve a problem. And so this is you trying to figure out how to understand the wholeness of that problem so that you can find a solution. And whatever that solution is, it looks deeply spiritual. It looks unconventional. It looks deeply spiritual. and it's going to bring you a lot of success. Everything that you want is at your fingertips, and it literally feels like it is just waiting for you. It just feels like it's just waiting for you. And so you're not in this like in your head energy, because you're coming up as the King of Swords too. That means that you are concise, logical. This is something that it's almost like you are building a system. You're figuring out this, whatever this is, you're figuring it out like a problem. You're building a system. What is the problem? How does this problem look? What are the facets of it? And then you're gonna come to a solution. And whatever that solution is, honey, it makes you a lot of money. It gives you a lot of choices. And it gives you a lot of streams of income. So, and this is, you know, this was on the bottom. This is what you don't see coming. It gives you stability. You show up. You exist. You embody that Queen of Pentacles energy. And hell, in a lot of ways, you're going to embody the Emperor energy. Especially in business. So keep going. Keep figuring this out. Keep plugging away. What is the problem? What is the solution? How is it that you can map out marketing? How is it that you can map out a business plan? Who are you going to consult with? Who are experts in their field that you need? Where you're not that expert, you can bring them in and they're going to help you. You're going to be building a team from the ground up. You're an entrepreneur. Oh, you make your ancestors proud. Breaking generational curses. The hardest ones. So it's not even about the money. This ain't about the fame. This is not about the business. This is about who you are building yourself as from the ground up. Excellent work. Other people mad. This energy that they was trying to keep you in, they in now. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. It ain't fun when a rabbit got the gun. But that's not your problem. You got bigger and better things to do. In fact, you feel pretty aloof about whatever the fuck that old stuff was. Like, it's still, you still carry a few, you still carry like some heartbreak from it, but it's something that you're trying to heal and release. And I think by doing this inner healing work, by doing the exploration, by focusing on your evolution, your progress, and your plan, you can do exactly what you want to do. You will achieve you will achieve the results that you want to achieve. And this is gorgeous. Keep going, baby, okay? You're doing a great job. All right. Love you, bye.